you should do the what are the chances activity before you do this probability scale activity. This is a bit harder than the what is the chances activity. In what is the chances, you had impossible, certain, and even. You had unlikely and likely. But in this one, the probability scale introduces very likely and very unlikely. So these are things that are nearly impossible but not quite, or nearly certain but not quite. And it's quite tricky on some of them, and I get some of these wrong, because sometimes the computer or Mathletics thinks things are more likely or less likely than I do. It depends what you mean by very, really, and it's sometimes you might get 1 or 2 wrong. So don't be too upset if you just get 8 or 9 out of 10 in this one. Read the question carefully and think about it. What are the chances that you need to take your raincoat if the sky is blue? Well, if the sky is blue, there's no clouds, and you can't have rain without clouds, because that's where the rain comes from. So if the sky is blue, it's very low chance, very unlikely you need your raincoat. But is it impossible? No, because we can get a storm blow in, I would say, and you can get some sudden rain. So I'm going to say very unlikely that you need to take your raincoat if the sky is blue, but we'll see what the computer says. Yeah, it agrees with me. It's very unlikely. If you've got blue sky, it's probably not going to rain, but it depends where you are in the world. If you're in Auckland, it rains quite a lot there, and it can be blue sky in the morning and it can be raining by lunchtime. In Nelson, if we have blue sky in the morning, we're probably good for the day. What are is it the probability that the chance that a solid piece of lead will float on water? A solid piece of lead is very, very heavy. Lead is one of the heaviest metals around. So if you get a solid piece of lead metal, it's impossible that it's going to float on water. You'd have to put it on top of something else on the water, like in a boat. So it's impossible that lead will float on water. And these are things that you might not know, so you might have to do this activity a few times until you learn these things. This is one about a pack of cards. If you need to get a pack of cards out, get a pack of cards. What's the chance that a card drawn from a pack of cards will be a club or a diamond? There are 4 suits in a pack of cards: clubs, diamonds, hearts and spades. So to get a club or a diamond is roughly even, because it could also be hearts or spades. What is the chance that you fly to school by flapping your arms? Well, you can give it a go, but I'm afraid unless you're a bird, it's impossible. And one more. What is the chance that a person will randomly guess an incorrect answer in a multiple choice with 4 options? So you're doing one of those multiple choice tests, like a PAT test, and you get 4 options, and you try to guess. Well, it's unlikely they're going to guess the right answer. Is it very unlikely or unlikely? It's tricky to say. The actual percentage is 25%, which is quite low, but this is where it's tricky to know what that word very means. I'm going to guess that Mathletics thinks very is something like 25%. I would probably go it's unlikely, but we'll see what Mathletics says. Oh, sorry, the other way around. Likely. Yes, it's like the chance the person will randomly guess an incorrect answer. I didn't read the question correctly. Yeah, they'll probably guess wrong. And even then, Mathletics went for likely and not very likely, which I would have gone for. So this is an example of getting a question wrong because, well, I didn't read the question correctly, and also Mathletics disagrees with my meaning of very. Okay, so if you get 1 or 2 wrong, don't worry about it. I've got 1 wrong here, but try to get 8 out of 10 on this activity if you can.